Like day to day?
Yeah, so go from the very beginning.
Okay.
Hello. So, I just got done watching the Nadiya Hussain Anxiety and Me program that was on BBC. I think it was on the 15th. It's still available on iPlayer at the moment. But those of you who are watching from the US, I don't think you can watch it. I've got a friend who reached out and asked if I'd seen it. And that's what has prompted me to make this video in response to the program that was on. I watched it this morning, got up nice and early, watched it, and overall, my opinion of this program was that it was fantastic. It was delivered so well on the part of Nadiya. She did an amazing job in explaining exactly what it's like and sort of the hopes and the anticipation that we build up when we are seeking treatment. And that's what I wanted to sort of run through. This is kind of really my thoughts on the program. I don't know whether this is something that people want to watch or want to know about or whatever, but I don't know. I'd like to give my opinion on the program, and there's a few points that I picked up when I was watching it. And when I watched it this morning, I was really fired up and passionate about it, and I wanted to get on the freaking camera and tell you my thoughts. But it's been a few hours and I've kind of like simmered down. But there was a few things that I wanted to mention, like that Nadiya mentioned in her story, in telling her story. And if you haven't seen it yet, then please do go try find it. It's on BBC iPlayer, Anxiety and Me. So here we go. Like listening to Nadiya at the start talk about her own struggles with anxiety was so easy for me to relate to it, and just sitting listening to it. One of the things that really stuck out to me was when she mentioned that she had no friends, and like the therapist or the professor that she was speaking to, Paul Salkowski, was surprised when she said she has no friends. But that is exactly what anxiety does. It feels like it to me. Like I used to have good friends. I mean, they're still good people, but I just don't communicate with them anymore. I guess through the fact that I can't just go out and do things, go to the pub or go out, meet them, or go wherever, do this, or even invite them round and socialize, because I never know how I'm going to feel day to day. So I could really relate to what she was saying when she says that anxiety is one of the most lonely conditions and isolating, because it does feel like that at times. And the professor that she was having the cognitive behavior therapy with, Paul Salkowski, I've seen him before. He's very well known, he's very highly regarded. He actually took part in a program called House of Agoraphobics, which was filmed a long time ago. And I always thought that this is the guy that everybody needs to see that has anxiety. And like, it's such a shame that there aren't more people like him, because I can personally relate to this with having CBT recently, but it was telephone based. And fortunately for Nadiya, she was able to go and meet Paul, and he's the best in the freaking business. Like, it's a shame that we don't all have access to therapy like that, because my CBT recently was telephone based, as I say. I think I had like 6 sessions, and I didn't really benefit anything from it. It was basically talking about stuff that I already know. There was nothing new that I picked up. I know that I need to do the work myself, but sometimes I think you need somebody almost with you to hold your hand and help you through these situations. If you haven't seen the program yet, there's a section where Nadiya goes on a train, Paul is with her, and he's able to talk her through the process of what's happening, like when she's feeling nervous and stuff like that. It's similar to the House of Agoraphobics, the program that was filmed years ago. You can probably find that on YouTube. But having somebody there to talk you through that, especially as highly regarded as Paul, then that would be super beneficial to all of us. But he did say something that made me question. Like, he said 80% of people that receive the appropriate therapy don't have panic attacks anymore. And how do you come to a statistic like that? Like, number one, what is the appropriate therapy? Because is there one? The people talk about meditation, mindfulness, medication, CBT. Need we go on? There are so many different treatments. So what is the appropriate therapy? Assuming it was CBT, like how do you gauge whether 80% never have another panic attack? Do you stay in touch with them? Because in my personal experience, that's not the case. Like you're signed off from the CBT or you're discharged and then they don't hear from you again. So like I haven't told them that I've had another panic attack. So I think that was a bit misleading. In 80% people that have the appropriate therapy never have another one. I think personally, if you struggle with panic attacks, there's a high chance that you will again at some point in your life experience another panic attack. Like I've come to accept that now. I think there is always going to be a chance that I'll have a panic attack when I'm 50, when I'm 60, when I'm 70. I'm kind of open to that. I think it's like now that I understand that I'm in no real danger when I experience a panic attack. Like that's the comfort for me. Not thinking that they're ever going to stop, because I don't think they ever will. But knowing that even if they continue, I'm not really in any serious danger. I think one of the biggest takeaways, and that I so loved the honesty throughout the whole program. This was the thing that made me want to keep watching. It's made me want to do this video because Nadiya Hussain has been so open with this whole damn process. It's crazy. Like she's been so upfront about the medication, saying that she tried it and it didn't really work for her. She spoke to somebody who said that they are helping her, the SSRIs, but then like there's no talk of withdrawals and stuff like that. And I've spoke to people who have had horrific withdrawals. And does the medication actually stop the anxiety? It's not the magic pill. It's never going to stop it. It's just papering over the cracks, I guess. It's like a band-aid. And once you rip it off, I'm assuming, because I don't use antidepressants and never had, I'm assuming that the issues probably will come back. One of the things that I noticed was the section where she was showing it was Barry McDonough talking about his DARE response group and stuff like that, saying he's got 250,000 people on his Facebook groups and through his email marketing, because that's what it is. Essentially, he's running a business because he wrote a book. And if he hadn't have written the book and he wasn't making a profit, then there wouldn't be the groups that are there available to people. So that's something like, it's nice having the options. There's many different programs on the internet that you can buy, but that's the problem, is that they all cost money, they all promise to cure you from whatever it is that you're experiencing. You know, and it doesn't work like that. We know that it doesn't work like that. Yes, these things do help people. There are people out there that have never experienced another panic attack in their lives through purchasing one of these books or programs or whatever, but there's also people that it hasn't worked for. So like the struggle is real. And when it comes to the end of the program and Nadiya says that she kind of accepts that she's just going to have to try and manage her anxiety and do what she can to live the best life that she can for herself, her husband, her children, her family, her career, I think that is the point that I have reached. It's like, I think it's the point that we all need to get to. She now understands that she's in no real danger from panic, which is great. And that's where Paul helped, and CBT can help you distinguish the reality from those horrible catastrophic thoughts that we have in moments of anxiety and panic. I think that's the key, that she now understands that she has to put hard work in. She has to carry on and live her life the best that she can. Anxiety is there. It may always be there, but it doesn't have to stop you from living your life. And that's the key takeaway from this whole damn experience of watching Nadiya Hussain in Anxiety and Me. If you haven't seen it already, please do try and find it, because it was amazing to sit and watch. I really enjoyed sitting and watching it. I could relate so much to her story, not with the bullying and the post-traumatic area. Obviously, that's something that I know nothing about. But when it comes to anxiety and the feelings and how it can restrict you and limit your life, although she's doing amazing things with her career, like I really hope that she manages to to carry on and pursue her dreams as I will. Anxiety United. Be united. I think possibly the best moment in the program is when Nadiya is talking about how she expected to go to therapy, sit with Paul, or expected to film this program, and that this was going to be the catalyst to cure her anxiety. Whatever he told her, or whatever she learned, was going to switch it off, and she was just going to be able to be panic free or anxiety free, and just But the beauty of the program is that it gets to the end and there's no hard sell of anything. She's not trying to push anything or promote. Like, she realizes, and that's the beauty. The reality is that it's hard damn work. Like, she didn't come out of this program feeling any better, other than the fact that she'd gained some knowledge in knowing that it's not going to hurt her and she can carry on. One thing I will just add, this is my own thing, but one thing that I've been thinking about recently is this thing that I've been doing where I've had a bad couple of weeks, or I did prior to this week. It's been a decent week because there's no rhyme and reason. For my anxiety, it comes and it goes. But when I was feeling bad, I felt like I had this tight grip of myself. I don't know, it's so hard to explain. I felt like I was gripping to something that was stopping me from panicking, or it was stopping me from experiencing high anxiety. Like, the moment that I let go of this tense hold, I'm going to freak out. And it was horrible. And I was doing it for about a week, where I just felt like I was constantly tense. I was constantly like poised and ready for panic to strike, and I was keeping it at bay by like being tense and wound up. And I don't know why that happened, but that's something like I was thinking when people say you need to get a grip, because it just, I don't know why, I don't know where this is going, but when people say get a grip, like, the problem is that I've got a freaking grip. I need to loosen the grip and relax and unwind and just try and do the best that I can, and that's all we can do. So yeah, Nadiya, if you ever watch this, I very much doubt that you will, but thank you for sharing your experience. It was very well received, and I'll probably watch it again. I would definitely recommend. It's just a shame that people in the US can't watch it. I've got many friends over there who would like to see it, so I don't know. But thank you for watching. That's my thoughts on Nadiya Hussain, Anxiety in Me.